Okay, question number 1. What is the clinical application of this copy-paste technique in clinical practice?
In clinical practice, to obtain a copy, and I believe there will be a scenario where, let's say, put an example, a patient would come in and let's say she would need to have a denture or all on X. And when we do ask the patient what's the desired teeth shapes, and if the patient would come across and would say, I would love to have similar smile to what I used to have in the past when she was younger. And that is the question that the next question would follow is any of her daughters, for example, they have a similar smile, and you would see some patient would say, I would love to have a smile like my daughter. And that usually would resemble their younger selves. Before, in the past, in the analog workflow, these things were really impossible to replicate. And that's the technique that we can actually achieve. So technically, with that example, all what we need to do is we need to scan that daughter, for example, daughter's teeth, and use the same technique to copy the shape of the daughter's teeth, and technically use the other two steps that I explained in the previous webinar, which is use the transformation mode to scale and position the teeth within the arch, followed by edit mode to finish the final. And then we can 3D print the denture, if it is a denture, or even we can 3D model as well. And literally, the concept used to be called, I came across it many years ago, was the smile donator, where let's say the daughter would donate the smile to her mother. And in fact, it's not donating the teeth themselves, just the shapes. And that's what the concept of the copy-paste technique. And that's, I think it's really valuable, not only for dentures, even for ceramic. If we are working with monolithic mold ceramic restorations, we can do the same shapes, and we're gonna technically copy paste the teeth.
I think there are so many clinical applications, yeah. Let's move on to question number 2. Can we make a 3D teeth library from our own teeth? If yes, how useful is it in clinical practice?
Yes, 100%. So we can scan our own teeth, and we can follow the same steps that I demonstrate in this webinar to extract 3D teeth library. And it will be useful in case, for example, if I'm working on my own teeth, and for example, I have the tooth number 23, which is the upper left canine, is worn down, and I want to replicate it, make it look like the 1-3. And I want the symmetry. So what I do, following the same technique, where I can copy the 1-3, which is the upper right canine, and then in the edit mode, there is a mirror function. I can mirror the tooth, and now I have a replica for the upper right canine that is mirrored to replicate the 2-3. And that would help me in the wax app that I can, again, I can move to the second step, which is the communication with the technician on what is the ideal shape that I want. And the beauty of digital dentistry, the power of digital dentistry is symmetry. Symmetry, we understand left and right, we want them to be symmetrical to a certain degree, especially where the canines and the premolars, well, the centrals, they have to be 100% symmetrical. And in the past, we used to ask, we would recommend for a patient to get 2 veneers. We would recommend even numbers, because to copy every single corner from one tooth to the other by hand is quite hard. However, with copy and mirror then paste, that would make it possible.
Yeah. Okay, last one. Question number 3. Can we save the modified teeth library and use it for the Smile Design app?
Yes. So once we obtain the 3 teeth library, so you can see it's time consuming. However, we're going to do it only once. And then we can export it to the Medit link
Mm.
and we keep it there. And you can see, as I demonstrated today, I named the file as teeth library. That's a patient under the Medit link. And every time I want to use this 3D teeth library, once I go to the Medit Design app, I'll import, and then the window will appear. It's asking me to select which patient I want. I'll choose teeth library. And once I write teeth library, the teeth library will appear, and I simply select and import. And the other workflow that I can work with, I export the 3D teeth library to my desktop, and I can save it on my Dropbox, let's say, where I can have an access to it while I'm at work or even at home, and simply drag and drop to the Edit Design app.
It seems quite simple after listening to you.
It is very simple.
Okay, that's all about it for today. So I know that you all have been waiting for this topic. So if you have any questions or would like to know more about it, you can leave the comments below this video.
Of course.
Okay, thank you for being here, doctor, and thank you for preparing such a great lecture today.
Thank you, Jenny. It's always a pleasure to be talking about topic I love with the Medit team.
Okay, see you next time. Bye.
See you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.